Alright, so in this particular four-wheel drive Tacoma, the four-wheel drive isn't up. Manny, what'd you say the message was?
Two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive change failure.
Two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive change failure. Interesting. And if you road test this, you'll go around a tight turn and it won't bind up. So we're pretty sure four-wheel drive's not working, but to make sure, how about we start this up, we put it in drive, and we see what turns and what doesn't turn. It's alright until the drive shaft spins. You were fine, then you lose your head. Alright, so real gently, you're going to put in four-wheel drive, and then you're going to just lightly let off the clutch. You got the parking brake released, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Just nice and low speed, no rev. We got our lift points safe. We'll be alright. Okay, just leave it just like that. So let's check out what we got. Obviously, the transmission is transmitting torque into the transfer case, which is it passing it into the rear drive shaft, to the rear differential, to the rear wheels. However, look at our front drive shaft, people. Come look at the front drive shaft. Don't touch it, but look at it. Why is that not turning? All right, so the transfer case, when he goes into four-wheel drive, should engage our chain and our front drive, which should turn the front drive shaft. But that's not connected to anything. So that's a problem, yes? Yeah. Okay, where do you think the problem lies? Because it could be in the ADD, or it could be in the automatic disconnecting front differential, or it could be in the transfer case. Which one and why? Why? Why in the transfer case?
If it were
all right, so if the transfer case was working, the front drive shaft would be turning, but it's not turning at all. All right, Manny, go ahead and shut it down. This was a really simple fix. You know what it was? When you weren't looking, I disconnected the actuator, the four-wheel drive actuator on the transfer case. The ding dang majuli. Okay, Manny, start it up again, and this time I want you to get rolling in two-wheel drive, and then I want you to shift four-wheel drive on the fly. There might be a little bit of a jarring action, so let's get out from under. Tell me, you're in two-wheel drive right now? Okay, get it rolling in first. It's already in four-wheel drive. Okay, I just disconnected. Now I want to make a point. When you're going into and out of four-wheel drive, sometimes you have to move a little to unspline it. That's normal. You can't fix that. Okay, now go ahead and do a four-wheel drive on demand. Bam, baby. On the fly, no problem. That's why I had you not stand under the truck, though, just in case it moved a lot of weight and did a little rocking and rolling. All right, so now we can see front drive shaft is getting power from the transfer case, so this now works. Additionally, you'll notice, obviously the ADD is working because it's got this axle engaged. Why is this one not turning? Hey, this is an open differential. All right, depending on how this hurts, look, if I could put some resistance on this wheel, that one will turn. Ow! Okay, that's fine. It's all perfectly legal. All right, Manny, go ahead and do, actually, you can just shut it down. We're good. Okay, next car. Angel, you're up there, right? Yeah. Okay, Angel, we're going to start right off in four-wheel drive with yours. Okay. And go ahead and same thing. You're going to start it, put it in drive. Nice and easy. Okay, now you're telling us you're in four-wheel drive, huh? Interesting. So, transfer case passes to the rear. Very good. Transfer case passes to the front. Our front drive shaft is turning, and yet we have no front axle movement. Why? ADD. So this car has ADD just like the rest of you and myself. So here's our automatic disconnecting differential actuator that's going to engage a fork to actually begin to send torque to the axles. Anybody see anything here that's interesting? You want to borrow a light? Here's the light.
It looks broken.
Why in the world would that be broken? All right, what really happened is the intro to auto class went to jack this up and they landed the floor jack on the actuator.
Oh.
But the point being, hey, look, on your initial diag, your whole goal is to A, verify whether four-wheel drive works or doesn't, and we can mostly do that on a road test, but if it doesn't work, you would put it on the lift and you'd see, is the transfer case engaging? If yes, look at the front diff. Is it not engaging? If no, look at the actuator. You might have to do more advanced tests. You might have to check for codes, etc. But if the front drive shaft isn't turning, where's our trouble area? Something in the transfer case, maybe the electric actuator. This one doesn't have an actuator. This one has actually a shifter, so this one's really easy diag. So if you wanted to get more advanced, this one would have set a bunch of codes for that actuator being disconnected on the transfer case. And we would have probably had to do some circuit tests and some wiring diagram and some steps and some voltage measurements. But that one was a really easy fix. And this is more just a conceptual lesson. Now get back to work, ladies.